The stars had turned red. Across the galactic frontier, fleets burned and empires crumbled. The Zyraxis Coalition, an alliance of 12 brutal alien species, had swept across the Orion Arm like a tidal wave of fire. Dozens of human colonies fell. Billions screamed. And the United Earth System's humanity's last united. Government stood on the edge of collapse until Nightborne arrived. The UES Nightborne wasn't a ship god. It was a ghost. A myth, a name whispered in war councils and nightmares alike. A dreadnought that had vanished 10 years ago during the Titan Rift campaign, presumed destroyed in deep space. No distress signal. No trace. But now, it had returned, not with banners, not with mercy. Just fire. Admiral Juno Crane stood on the bridge, silent. Her face was stone unreadable, but her eyes burned with cold purpose. Around her, the bridge crew operated with terrifying efficiency. Not a word was spoken. They didn't need orders. They had trained for this moment in darkness. Every crew member of the Nightborne had been forged in silence. They bombed Areta Prime, Commander Mahir whispered. His voice was the first sound heard in the past hour. They bombed civilians, Crane corrected. And they thought we died in the rift. Her lips twitched into something almost like a smile. They were wrong. Sector 7A, Zyraxis forward. Fleet headquarters, High Marshal Devax of the Zyraxis, hovered over a holographic projection of the warfront. His eyes blinked rapidly, vertical slits widening in mild confusion. One of our dreadnought clusters isn't reporting. Another communications issue, High Marshal, his officer chattered nervously, but the silence spread. A second fleet disappeared. Then a third, no debris, no distress signals, just static. Is it humans? Devax hissed. What fleet? Data unclear. No IFF tags. It's just one ship. The Nightborne didn't hail, didn't broadcast. It simply appeared in system after system like a vengeful shadow, unleashing precision strikes that made entire armadas vanish. It didn't fight wars, it erased enemies. Each attack was surgical. Fuel depots detonated from miles away. Command bridges atomized by invisible weapons. Entire ships found adrift, engines melted. Crews incinerated, yet no external damage. It was silent war, and it was one dash-sided. Colonel Yelter of the Zyraxis 12th Legion survived long enough to see it. His battalion had occupied the moon of Ferris III, preparing for a strike on the last human mining colonies. They weren't expecting resistance, only scavengers and miners. Instead, the sky cracked. No sound. No warning. A single black silhouette descended. A weapon? A dropship? It didn't matter. From it came death. It looked human, but it moved like something else, coated in experimental adaptive armor, nearly invisible. It flickered through shadows, never seen fully, and left behind nothing but ashes. One by one, Zyraxis soldiers screamed and choked, then burned. Internally, Yelter fired 3 weapons at it. None hit. He watched his skin blister from the inside before falling to the ground, his last breath stolen, incomplete. Utter silence. Earth's High Command intercepted a fragmented signal weeks later. A captured alien general was sobbing during interrogation. They don't talk. They don't demand surrender. They just watch while we burn. Back on Earth, many questioned whether Nightborne's crew had gone too far. Their methods were brutal. Their tech unrecognizable, almost alien. But survivors from burned colonies didn't ask questions. They whispered prayers to the crew of the Nightborne. In orbit of Draxion Prime, the Zyraxis High Council assembled an emergency fleet, 100 capital ships, 300 support cruisers, and every elite warrior left. Devax addressed them personally. No more myths. No more hiding. Tonight, we end the Nightborne. But when they arrived, the system was empty. Dead. Not a star flickered. Then something shifted in the void. The stars realigned, and the Nightborne was already there. Waiting. It struck not with bombs, but presence, sensor jamming, gravity weapons, micro black holes that tore engines apart. radiation beams that bypass shields and fry neural cores. Pilots screamed as their ships spun uncontrollably into one another's silent fireworks in the void. In 20 minutes, half the fleet was gone. No human message. No declaration. Only a repeating audio file, intercepted across every Zyrax's frequency. Single sentence. You hurt our children. Admiral Crane stood alone in the observation deck. Her fingers brushed the command console lightly. Status? 77 confirmed kills, Mahir replied. No human casualties. She nodded. Double quotes good. Load next target. Burn everything they've built. They say the Nightborne doesn't need orders anymore, that its AI merged with its crew. That they became one flesh machine and vengeance. That it no longer sails for Earth, but for every soul the aliens thought they could silence. And now? It speaks only in fire. The war ended 3 months later. Zyraxis surrendered, unconditionally. Every general who ordered attacks on human colonies was found dead, some vaporized. Others locked inside sealed escape pods drifting toward suns. Nightborne was never seen again. Some believe it returned to the void. Some say it sleeps beneath Earth's oceans, waiting for another war. But every species in the galaxy now shares a single, unspoken fear, not of humanity, but of what happens when humanity stops speaking.